to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thanks for coming on my show today.
What a pleasure. I haven't done television in a long, long time.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it has been a long while.
But you've been doing radio for how many years?
Well, a total of 56. That's longer than most people have been married or alive. I mean, you know, and I'm still doing it.
And then you kind of started on a whim?
Well, it was accidental. In 1968, I moved over to Santa Cruz and stayed over there for a while. Great time to be over there. And I hung out with a guy that worked at a radio station in Salinas. And I was trying to be, you know, the big rock and roll musician. But I would go sit in with him on a Friday night when I wasn't playing music somewhere. And just like, oh, this is cool. And it was about the time, way back when FM radio was real experimental and everybody was playing album sides and all that. And it was just like a cool time to get into it. And he got hepatitis, to be honest with you. And the owner of the radio station, general manager, owner, I'm not sure. Maybe he's one in both. Said, so-and-so's going to be out for months. Why don't you do it? And I went, no. I mean, that's not what I do or what I want to do. And he goes, you've got a nice voice. Just you've been here a million times. You could probably sit down and just do it. And I sat down and just did it. And I never stopped. Literally, never stopped.
So you were having fun there and then what made you bounce around from different parts of California?
Well, I came back home here, as many people do. I got married very, very young.
Oh, okay.
Very young. By the time I was 20, I had 2 children.
Wow.
Yeah. That was all right. And she wanted here, so I came back here, and that's where we lived. I wanted to live over there on the coast, but new, expensive, you know, to live over there with. And I wasn't, you know, making a lot of money doing what I was doing on a part-time basis. So yeah, got married very young, right?
And then you moved to England for a short time.
Yeah, that was in the 80s. And I was only there a couple of years, although I've been traveling over there since 1970. Know it like the back of my hand. That's the place that really feels like home to me, but it's not. And I did both music radio and talk radio over there, and had a little bit of a television show, as I did here for a bit. And then my mother got ill, and the consensus was she wasn't going to make it. And I'm like the only child of an only child, so it's kind of a small family, and it was only me to come back and take care of Mama. And she shocked us all and lived 18 years longer. And so I never went back except to visit. I used to go back every year and do my show over there for the guy that took it. He was a Kiwi. He would go back to New Zealand for his vacation. So I would come and just do the old gig.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. You know, and then I can't remember why I stopped doing it, but I did that for probably 10 years. I'd go over, and that was fun because they pay for it and put you up and give you a little bit of money. And
that was kind of like a vacation in a way.
Yeah, no, it was a vacation.
Right.
I'd see all my friends. I mean, probably my closest friends in the world, with the exception of a handful of people you could probably count on both hands here that are over there.
Oh, my goodness.
And still are. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And then you had a TV show here for a little bit on 47.
Boring.
So radio is more your gig than TV.
Radio is very flexible. I don't have a producer barking in my ear, you know, stop picking your nose. There's a hair on your shirt, which there probably always is because I always have a lot of pets. And it was stiff. It was just stiff. Radio is malleable. It's very bendy. If I don't hit a break exactly what I'm supposed to, it's fine. You know, I can go like 5 minutes and then hit that break as long as it falls within a certain stretch of time. And yeah, and it's great because with what I do, it's you know, talk radio, I can do whatever I want. I mean, it's a live show based upon current events. So guest placement is hard, but we rarely have guests unless it's somebody really important, the president of the United States or the governor or, some political, or somebody in the music business. Today I had on lead singer of the Starship for many, many years, Mickey Thomas, who's playing a gig down the road in a few days. So, and that was fun. So I got to talk music for half an hour with that guy. Yeah.
So who chooses all of that? Is that your choice because it's your show?
Me.
So you're like, okay, today we'll have somebody, we won't have somebody.
Well, again, it's based upon current events. I get up really early in the morning, around 4 o'clock, and I start cruising all the television news stations, and I jump online, and my producer comes to life usually around 6:30, and I'll give Josh a shout, and, we'd start comparing notes, and finally we come to agreement, and he pulls the stories for me, and I stack them and go through them and do little crib notes on what I need to know, salient facts, and then I just wing it, Like I said, radio without a safety net, it's kind of fun. Terrifies a lot of people, but I dig it. I dig it.
That's awesome. And every now and then you get in trouble a little bit.
Well, yeah. I've been slapped on the knuckles a lot, suspended a few years ago because somebody at the local newspaper, which is, I don't even know if it's a newspaper, and I don't know what the hell they are, they've never liked me. I mean, just as much as I've tried to make peace with the Fresno Bee and say, listen, let's join up, we can be a powerhouse, let's do everything we can for the city, let's forget the politics. Come on. My son even worked there. My daughter-in-law worked there. I'm like, okay, now can we be friends? No. I'm the SOB on the radio. I'm the horrible guy. And they heard something that they got way off base with because I said, listen, this is a fictitious story I want to tell you. And I said, what if something to the effect of, all of a sudden there was this war against television news because there's so much partisanship in it that people were, en masse lynching all of the news editors and TV stations. Well, somebody listening at the Bee took that me to say that that's what I wanted to happen when I clearly set the thing up as a story. And even when corporate heard it after they threw me off the air for weeks without pay, they went, but, well, this is bigger than us now, so we just got to roll with it. I mean, God, they're even on MSNBC talking about me wanting to kill television news editors, which is just so far from the truth. So, did I get in trouble? No, I didn't get in trouble. But somebody screwed up. Wasn't me, but I had to suffer for it.
So what happened when you moved to England? Who was running your show here? What was the replacement?
Well, when I came, I didn't leave my show here.
Oh, you were doing it?
Yeah, I was still doing, I was a disc jockey. I was still doing music radio when I went over there. This is where I started talk radio, was over there.
Okay.
Yeah, and because the stations over there are very different. A lot of them have different formats throughout the day, rather than just playing music all of one kind. And I worked for a company, I forget the name of the whole thing, but they had a music side, and then they had a talk side, which is called UK Talk Radio Live on Oxford Street. And they said, you should come over here and, try this. And I thought, oh, that'd be fun. And I did, and I liked it. And so I just eventually did that, and then came back home with very little talk experience under my belt. And ironically, the day that they chose to throw me on the air here was October the 19th, 1987, the day the market crashed, Black Monday, when people were throwing themselves off of buildings because they lost every penny they had.
Oh my gosh.
So trial by fire. Yeah, okay, let's go, I'm in. Put me in. Big day, big day.
Wow, that's an incredible time. So how have you've seen radio change so much to where some people even say, what's going on with the radio anymore because you have Sirius FM, stuff like that. What's have you found the most surprising about it?
Well, terrestrial radio as we know it, radio stations, broadcast, they're dying. I know it's a dying thing. Most people now listen on a platform, their laptop, their phone, their what. So they're still listening to radio,
right.
But it's not just necessarily listening to the radio station on a radio, which is funny because it ties into kind of who we are in a way. I mean, KMJ is a very old radio station. It's 104, 105 years old. In fact, the first iteration of KMJ was like a half a block from where we're sitting right now, attached to this building, which has since been torn down a long time ago. And we went on the air before there were even radios to listen to, which is a long story of why we did that and how it happened 100 and some odd years ago. So as we were, the pioneer back then, we're kind of the pioneer now of just really trying to push everybody to online listening, because that's what they're doing anyway.
Right.
We've rarely mentioned we always used to mention our call letters and our frequency constantly. KMJ now at, God, I can't even remember, 580 and 105.9, we had a saying. I've forgotten it. I said it for 20 years now, I can't remember. But now we just try to push everything over to online, because that's what they're doing anyway. And that's fine, because there's still room for us online, And it's great too, because with the people that have left California, so many, that have listened to the show, and that's all over with the exception of LA, because both the AM and the FM are 50,000 watts each. That's as big as you can get. So, I mean, it's broadcast on radio to like the whole state, except below the grapevine, and a little bit in Oregon, Nevada, just off the pure signal alone. But with online listening, I've got listeners now in Texas, Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan.
So it's kind of broadened the audience.
No, it's grown.
Great.
It's
That's
grown.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I don't have to change too much of my act because, as one of our founding fathers said, all politics are local. So even if I'm talking about something happening in California or something happening here, it's relatable, and I try and do it in a relatable way to that broader audience. And most of the time, I'm talking about national and international stuff anyway.
Right.
Or I've got some guest on of significance that everybody's going to know. So there we go. It works. It works. Yeah.
Well, you got to see a lot of different things changing in radio. What did you think when the shock jocks really started appearing everywhere?
I thought that won't last, and it didn't. Yeah.
Did you meet any of them, or?
I met Howard Stern once at a radio convention. He's a nice guy.
Guys never interviewed each other?
No, that was never my thing. I guess it was fine for the moment, but I think one of the reasons I've lasted as long as I've lasted is because I'm just true to being myself. I try to be very open and honest about what I do. And since I'm here local, I'm born here anyway. I never thought I'd be here this long in my life and doing radio at that. I kind of have to portray an honest image, otherwise my credibility is, no good. So, yeah, that type of thing was never my cup of tea.
Is it interesting to you when people come up to you like you're an expert on pretty much everything, because you talk about a lot of things, so people come to you like for answers?
God, you have no idea, Sparkle. I mean, you have no idea. And I spend 3/4 of my spare time apologizing to people. No, I can't help you, but here's somebody who might be able to. I try, and a lot of them are asking like legal advice. I'm not an attorney. Now, my closest friends locally, they're all attorneys and a judge, but so I just kind of point them in that direction. But I get this all. Yes, I probably, maybe this is a lot, maybe it isn't. I get maybe 600 to 800 pieces of email a day.
Wow.
The big way that people have found to get a hold of me and I can respond quickly is Facebook's Messenger on Facebook. Just that. I mean, that seems to be the way to knock on my door and get a response from me quickly. And so every night I'll go home and look at my phone and I'm going, oh God. And it's usually pretty much over half of what I'm responding to are how to, I need help with, I need,
Wow.
yeah.
So who helps you with your email? There's no way you're going through 600 to 800 emails a day.
No,
You
it's
have
impossible. And a lot of it is just spam and BS, you know, and so I've got some filters on that'll get rid of most of that. And yeah, I mean, and there's stuff that I miss. And people, they've gotten to know me so well on the radio, they all think that we're friends, and that's good.
That's how it goes,
you know,
yeah.
But when I don't respond to somebody who has something urgent going on, it's like, I wrote you 6 weeks ago, and I'm like, oh boy, okay, I'm sorry. What's the problem? You know, and then I can't help them anyway.
I think that's the biggest thing is that people, and that's been kind of my experience where I do miss some really important things I wish I would have seen, but it got buried underneath all the BS, unimportant stuff.
Yeah, I'm not trying to avoid people. I'm a public figure.
Like, oh, I wish I had seen
yeah,
this.
I can't avoid people. I mean, if I want to be, by choice or not, a successful public figure, I've got to be amenable to the public and respond to them in any way that I can. Sometimes, if it's like like with COVID, so many questions, I would answer those questions on the air and pray that they were listening. You know, here's what you do. Because we were crawling along on a road that we had never crawled down before. Everything was new to us, you know, so finding answers was very hard because there weren't any. You know, what the hell's a pandemic and why are we all staying home? Which from day one I professed was a mistake, and it was. You know, and now our wonderful governor's talking about the potential of another California lockdown because of COVID. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You heard that?
I did not know that was in the cards.
Let's not talk about that.
Wow. And so is that when you started to do stuff remotely, or had you been doing stuff semi-remotely before COVID?
Run that by me again, what?
About ever doing stuff remotely from your house, like, because that's when we all started doing different things. And I didn't know if that's a feature that radio's kind of had for a while.
We had done a number of remotes, mostly paid for remotes at retail locations. Mm-hmm. I'm just glad that technology did some really fast moves. I mean, I remember the day when we used to have to take a sound truck out and crank up a mast 60 feet in the air. And it took a couple of people. You got to have a driver for the truck, an engineer to set the whole thing up. It's a horrible mess doing that. Now, there's a piece of equipment that's about that long and about that wide, and it needs a little bit of a fancy online setup. Mm-hmm. That's it for studio quality. And I've taken that, they're called a brick. I've taken that brick all over the freaking world and broadcast from Russia, from Asia, from I mean, some places it doesn't work, obviously, but and it's great. So when COVID happened and we all had to go home,
you're pretty equipped for that.
Yeah, we had that little doodah, and engineer came to the house and set it up one day. I since I've learned how to do it. It's real easy, and that's where I was for 2 years. 2 years every day on that thing, broadcasting at home, and it was further complicated for me. The whole COVID thing is because I have bad lungs, and I have the horrible lung problems, and there was a lot that was unknown about the disease, and every doctor I had was telling me, "Boy, if you catch this, you're dead. You're just freaking dead." And I'm like, I'm terrified to leave my home, even to buy groceries. You know, that's when I got into this whole thing of ordering food and, you know, a DoorDash and having groceries delivered. And I still have that horrible habit to this day, and it's expensive, and I want to quit, and I need to go to DoorDash, you know, Anonymous. But I was so afraid to step out and, you know, catch this freaking disease. And finally, I took a trip to Alaska. It was pretty much over, and we were, you know, continuing our KMJ cruises where I used to take people all around the world, and I've been to 129 countries, and you wouldn't even think there were that many countries.
I've never heard about this. Tell me about this.
Well,
the KMJ cruise.
Yeah, but I got the first one I decided to do and put my toe back in the water and see if there was still a market for it, or if people were too afraid to travel. We went to Alaska, which is an easy trip, and I got COVID. And I thought, okay, I'm dead. And my doctor was like, no. That was then. This is now. They sent me that, what is it, Paxlovid or whatever it is. I was fine. All
That's
that
good.
paranoia over nothing. We started the cruising thing in '87, my first year there. I had a travel agent come to me who's no longer with us, a great guy. he says, you know, other radio stations do this. Let's give this a try. And I'm like, oh, no. No. He goes, well, I mean, you know, you're too... I said, I'm too new to the format. He goes, but everybody knows you from your music radio days. So like, all right. Yeah, it's a revenue generator for the radio station.
Oh, I bet.
It makes money. I take listeners on a cruise. We get them a deal. And I gotten to a point where we did so many. I work with a company now which is called, oh God, it's been so long. Anyway, to heck, I don't want to give them a free plug anyway. Haven't worked with them for a while. We need to.
So it's one of the cruise lines.
Yeah, but it's an upscale one.
Okay.
It's small ships, larger staterooms. Ships only hold a few hundred people. And I got to a point where we'd taken so many thousands of individuals to all four corners of the planet. I said, we're not going to do this anymore unless I get free air for everybody. I don't care where we're going. Oh, okay, we'll do that. Like, okay. So that really cuts a lot of money out from international travel.
Wow.
And traveling has always been my junk. I mean, that's why I started going to England when I was 20 years old. So, yeah, we did a whole lot of those, and it's been great.
Was it fun to be stuck on a cruise ship with like a bunch of weird fans?
No, but they're very polite. They're very polite. We do a cocktail party and all that.
Yeah.
And they get my stateroom number, and I say, if you want to hang out, let me know. And if I'm not taking a tour or seeing somebody somewhere, because I've gotten to know people all over the damn world, yeah, we'll hang out. And yeah, it's fun. We're going to fly back into it pretty heavy next year and go back to the Mediterranean,
Ooh.
which is still one of my favorites. I've done it like 8 times, but you can never get too much Italy or Greece or any of that.
I don't think so.
No, it's wonderful.
So if someone goes on like 10 cruises with you, do they get like the 11th free? What's the deal when you're in the Ray Appleton cruise world?
I wish, you know. We've never done anything like that. It's not a bad idea.
You don't have the VIP section, or I would imagine that there's something, because you probably have some diehards that kind of
go whenever regulars
you. Yeah.
There were 2 little old ladies that were married to their husband farmers, and husbands wouldn't go, so they found each other, and they went everywhere with me for years and years.
How fun.
I don't even know if they're still around anymore. May they rest in peace if they're gone, but they were just great. I mean, I could say, we're going to go examine the garbage cans of Canada. We're in. You know, so, you know, they were nice. Yeah. So, yeah, they were regulars.
How often do people ask you if you're going to get into politics yourself? I bet
Daily.
people want you to run for something.
Daily.
And what's your response?
No.
Never?
No. You know, it was somebody who was in politics who told me, you've got much more juice on the outside as an advocate than you would have on the inside where you become part of the machine. And
I've heard that too.
And I thought, oh boy, that clicked. And that's true. That's true. I mean, I was very much involved in this creation of the law called 3 strikes and you're out. And I could have never done that being on the inside. You know, it had to be born by local tragedy here in Fresno, which it was. And, you know, I became the mouthpiece for it, and we hammered that son of a gun, almost said something else, until we got it done. And then the courts tore it all apart because, yeah, long story. But, yeah, if it's political stuff and trying to create a solution politically, it's much more fun and much more effective to be on the outside than on the inside. So the answer is always 110% no. No, I'm just too damned old. I mean, why would I put myself through that now, you know?
Well, yeah, you probably would have already done it if you were going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a game for somebody in their 30s, late 30s, 40s, you know? And, you know, 50s gone, 60s gone. Let's not even talk where I am now. So, no, yeah.
Oh, it's funny. I'm glad you mentioned that, the 3 strikes you're out rule. Is that one of your... what you would say one of your biggest achievements that you feel like you've created on air? What
well, yeah, well, I mean, it was a lot of people. Well, I mean, it was a handful of people in Mike Reynolds' backyard carving this thing out. But yeah, that was a great moment. You know, there have been a few others, and
what are some of the few others?
Well, the water wars that we're still fighting for, trying to get water for the farmers in the state of California. I mean, we've been some success. You know, and finally, all we ever wanted was basically an executive order from the president to say, yeah, you're going to give the farmers water to raise the damn food. Stop worrying about fish that aren't even there anymore. He did that, and sure enough, our wonderful governor twisted it up to have it done away with in the state of California. And it's just a constant battle, you know. But I'm such a supporter of ag and what they go through to, you know, give us what we need to stay alive. I don't understand why there's so much objection to farming.
What did your parents do?
Didn't know my dad that well. My parents split up when I was about 2. My mother never remarried. She was an artist.
Like painter?
Yeah. She became the graphic artist for Fresno County. She had an office in the library downtown here, not all that far away from where we are now. And she was there for 30 some odd years. My dad, I never really knew him that well. He was kind of a fix-it guy. One thing that I will say that was pretty amazing about him is he could build anything. I mean, he would go in the garage and from scratch build like a beautiful cabin cruiser for the lake, which he did. I was like, God, you did this? He could build anything. But other than that, he didn't say much. He didn't, yeah, he was just a different guy. He died very young. He was 52 when he died.
Wow.
Yeah, from emphysema, which, thanks, Dad, I have that now. I guess I inherited that from him. But, yeah, he didn't live long, so there wasn't a lot of time to get to know him.
Did he smoke?
Huh?
Did he smoke?
Like a house on freaking fire.
Did you smoke?
Very, for a very short time.
God, like your voice stayed great.
What they found out what got me is the business I am in, asbestos, because it was used as a soundproofing agent.
Wow.
And we just only learned that last April. This last April.
Way.
I've been saying, I think it's this, I think it's this, I think it's this. And the pulmonologists and everybody were like, no, because you would have cancer. You would have mesothelioma, or whatever you gotta call it. And you would have, and I don't. Thank God I don't. And then sure enough, this last time I was in the hospital, they discovered 2 things finally. That it was asbestos, that it's in the bottom of my lungs. It becomes solidified. It's like cement. And they did a lung scraping while I was passed out, whatever. And like I said, I was in the hospital for a month. And they also discovered that I have a problem called CVID, which means you have no immune system. And this is why I kept getting, I've had all my adult life, I keep getting pneumonia. And when you have bad lungs, that's not a good thing to get. You know, and this last time, it almost killed me. In fact, family was told, pack him up, you know, he ain't gonna be around. And it gave away my dog, and it was like, wait a minute. And, but I you know, pulled through with the grace of God and his blessings, and we finally now are treating the CVID. It's a long story. I get these, that's why I'm so bruised up. These
injections.
Are like needle misses and all that. It's a monthly intravenous treatment that they do at your home. Nurse comes to the home, it's 4 or 5 hours, you sit there watching television, and it's derived from plasma, and it's creating an immune system for me. So now I'm not getting as sick, and it apparently is working, because I've gone quite a ways now, months, without going into the hospital. And I've had blood work done, and it says, okay, yeah, now you have an immune system. We just got to build it up a little bit more. So that was an interesting month in the hospital. Asbestos, CVID, treating everything, and I feel really good. You know, just a couple of things I have to, like a contraption I carry around on bad air days, like today, that helps me breathe. And
because you live in the best place for that.
I know. If I didn't have the gig that I have, I'd move. Oddly enough, I've fallen in love with Indianapolis, where my son lives. I'd shoot back there in a heartbeat if I didn't like my job so much, you know?
Well, I really appreciate you coming here. I wanted to have you for a while. I'm so glad I finally get you.
Yeah, anytime.
This is such a treat. I'd love for you to come back.
Yeah, sure.
And you're so good about Facebook. You really post what's going on. Are you on Instagram at all, or not really?
No, but I was, and then I got mad one day and I pulled the plug on everything. But I need to do Instagram, and I need to get back on X now, Twitter. I got really mad there and pulled the plug. I mean, there were just too many fake Ray Appletons, and they weren't willing to do anything about it. I said, how the hell do I have to prove you want my DNA? So,
man, well, it's good. So everyone has to follow you, I guess, on Facebook because they want to hear what's going on.
That's about the only place now, but like I say, I'm going to dive back into the other real soon.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and we hope to see you again here soon.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I haven't done anything like this in a long time, so I don't know if what I've said was very entertaining or not, but, that's the point, right? Isn't it all entertainment?
It is. It's great to know more about you.
Cool. All right, well, it's been fun. Ask me back anytime.
Sounds great. Thank you for coming on my show today.
Well, I'm excited to be here.
This has been a long time in the making.
I've never been in the studio. I've never been on your show. This is fantastic. You're doing a great job.
Well, I appreciate that. I love when I could see you somewhere outside of Save Mart.
Yeah, exactly.
During COVID.
You're a girl on the go.
You are one too. You're always doing something.
I'm scattered, but see, you've got the TV face. I got a radio face. That's the big difference.
But a lot of things that you do now, you kind of do both. Tell us about right now, like the show that you had sent me. I had listened to it.
So I've been, a lot of people know me as the PAG meter. I've been doing sports for 25 plus years. I'm not on the radio right now, but we do a live Twitter space show every Friday night. It's the biggest thing booming. We've got more listeners all over California listening. So if you're a high school, Fresno State down, like college and football, you want to join us on Friday Night Lights, we call it afterwards. So I'm the PAG meter on that. And then on the ag side.
That's what you sent me, okay.
Farming ag. Now I'm the ag meter, so you got to pay attention.
PAG meter, ag meter. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're just meter.
Exactly. So I'm doing that, and I'm on AgNet West. We do a daily show, and I'm just really pumping up farming and ag. And I want to really let people know how bad it is in California, so that's what we do.
I mean, and this has been going on for ever since I can remember, all the water crisis. I was covering back when I wrote for Western Ag Publishing in 2004 or 2002 during all that time. And we were trying to go places like, well, how are we going to get our water? What's happening? And I can't believe that we're still having a crisis.
It's all man-made. That's the sad thing. 70% of our rainwater, that beautiful rainwater that we have every year, we've had 3 straight years, goes right to the ocean. We don't touch it. We don't know how to store it. So we battle with political, we battle with environmentalists, and if you love farming, if you love food, especially in California, support farming, because if the food leaves, we're done. We won't have the control. The United States won't have anything, and then it'll be a disaster. So I really push for farming. We're in crisis mode right now.
So how do we win? How are we ever going to win? It's been all this time that...
I think it's time. I think the one side, political side, is just not a supporter for farming. And they're killing our farmers, from regulations, from labor to freight to water. It just goes on, and they just can't take it anymore. The small farmers are dying. We need a change. There's no doubt about it.
I just feel like it's on deaf ears. Like, so what are you hoping to accomplish with your show right now? What feedback have you been hearing?
I think we've got to get the word out that our Governor Newsom is a disaster when it comes to farming. He's done nothing. He's gone backwards. So I think most farmers know that we need a change. So this isn't a Republican, a Democrat, independence thing. This is a common sense thing. So, Sparkle, you need to know we're in trouble. Farming is in deep trouble, and you can go up and down the list, and it's not good.
Oh my goodness!
I hate to bring in bad news, but
I know. I'm still trying to figure out the solution and why we're still in this.
Solution is, like I said, it's a man-made problem. The man-made can fix it, and I think a true farmer out there is just they go to work every day. They are the toughest people I know. I've gone farming. I've done sports. Now I do farming, and they're second to none. If you play sports and farm, you're amazing. Okay, because I had Josh Allen's dad on, Joel Allen, who's the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills from Fireball, and what they go through just from farming on the west side is amazing. So it's a struggle, but I think we can win this battle.
You think so? You really think there's hope?
I really do.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, I think we can win this battle. We just need a change in the political scene. And I'm sorry if you Newsom fans, he's not doing the job. He's not supporting. We're talking a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we're not supporting it, and that's what kills me. Sorry,
man.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about that.
Oh, that's totally fine. We are all about ag issues, so that's totally fine.
Okay.
So how do you feel now with the way that your career is shifted and going into now you get to do both ag and sports?
I love it because they blend together. I see so many kids who are farmers play sports. They're the toughest kids. Yeah, so I try to do both. I want to get the dads and the dairy, talk about their sons. They're all over the place. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Ag meter, pag meter, we meet each other. So yeah.
I think it's really cool. And you've been in the Valley forever. You were born...
Forever. So Bullard Knight, grew up over by Tenaya Park. It's an old-fashioned Tenaya Park, Palm and Sierra area. Yeah, born and raised. And
your family has stayed here largely, like mine.
Yeah, overall, I think all my Italian relatives are all still here. It's great. Not too many. If they leave, they come back to the nest. So... Fresno, you might not love it or hate it, but they all come back. So, right? You've been there. You've come back to the nest.
Exactly. That's what we all do.
Yeah, you all come back sooner or later.
For sure. And then your daughters, they're doing big things too.
Yeah, I got Gianna, the oldest, in Dallas. She's my sports girl. I've told you about Tessa. McKenna lives in San Diego. Lex Nicoletta, I got to say it right. She's blowing up now.
You have four. Four daughters.
Yeah, they're all scattered, except Lex lives closest to us right now. It's her birthday week. Well, we postponed. We're going to have the birthday on Sunday. So, yeah. So everything's good.
So what's she doing here?
Lex she created this thing called Coastal Grandmother, and I first giggled at her. I go, "What's Coastal Grandmother?" She goes, "Well, it's the clothes and the makeup and the different styles of movies. It's just a look." And next thing you know, she's booming. She's blowing up now, and it's amazing with Tessa and Alex that no local people have ever done stories on them. It's amazing.
I want to.
I know.
I would love to get her. I would love to get them on. They seem so busy. If they make time for me, they can come on. So you said that was pretty. What was you said? It's the most Googled thing, the Coastal Grandmother.
Lex on Coastal Grandmother in 2022 was the largest by far in Google search was Coastal Grandmother. She's created it, and now she's got a lot of followers. They're trying to copycat her, but she's got.
I imagine she would have a lot of copycat.
Oh yeah, she's got it down now. But you can follow Lex Nicoletta or Coastal Grandmother she's huge on TikTok. She's also on Instagram. So it's really fascinating. She's a marketing genius. She really is. She's unbelievable.
So where did they get all this business sense
I have
from?
no idea how she started all that, but she's just bubbly. She's got a great personality, and whenever she talks about him, now she's getting so many great brand deals. You just go to TikTok and just see what the things she's working up. It's really exciting.
And then your other daughter that's in LA, she's doing
Tessa. She goes by her middle name, Tessa Brooks, and she's a model actress. She's flying all over the world doing her thing, and she started young, about 16 years old, and now she's booming.
Did she start here doing modeling acting, or she started in LA?
She started dancing here. She's really a dancer, and then my wife got her into different tryouts, national Coca-Cola commercial here and there, and next thing you know, she's on The Voice, back up dancing, and just blew up.
Well, I just wondered if she wanted the talent, because I know the talent agencies here, so I didn't know if she wanted to.
She has a manager now, but I don't know. That's a great question. I'm not sure. If she went
with any local ones,
I need to check that out. I'm not sure.
Because her mom was like the one in charge of that. That's
yeah,
why.
her mom got her involved with different tryouts in LA. They would drive for the day and then come back. So
she's doing big things out there and stuff.
She's doing massive things. Yeah.
What has she acted in that we would know about?
Great question. You're putting me on the spot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a movie that she did right when the world ended, about 4 years ago. I think it was before, or somewhere in that area. It was on Netflix. And they were supposed to do part 2. I don't know. I should know that as a pop.
We'll have to Google it. That's we gotta find out.
Yeah.
And your daughter in Texas?
Gianna's she's my sports girl. She's another amazing girl who's living in Texas now. She's fascinating because she's not making purses now. So she's a social media genius as well.
I would interview her too. I love that.
Yeah.
The purse
She's
maker.
the bubbly girl in our family.
I love purses.
She's making. I'll have to send you one.
I love how everybody has done like something really genius business wise in the family.
You know what?
What's the fourth one? I mentioned the fourth one.
McKenna lives in San Diego. She was doing eyelashes, and now she's working at the. She's kind of running the spa and the casino area.
They're almost like all in fashion. They're all in business and fashion in some way.
We see them maybe 3 times a year now, so they all come home and they're always scattered.
Well, I'd like to go. Texas must be a fun visit when you get to visit her.
I'm going to go. In fact, it's funny you say that. So I'm going to go see Gianna. Last year, Gianna, we went Thursday night. We saw the Dallas Stars hockey. Friday night, I wanted to see Friday Night Lights, and the high school football in Texas is like second to none. It's like unbelievable. But they had tornado warnings.
Oh, my goodness.
And the Papagni doesn't do tornadoes, so we went and watched the Phoenix Suns play the Dallas Mavericks. Saturday night, TCU, Oklahoma State college football. Sunday, the Eagles and the Cowboys. We're going to try to do it again this year. It's not enough. She loves it. She goes to 15, 20 Dallas Star games a year. She's always at the Ranger games. So,
what's the age gap between all
they're all 2 years. So yeah, they're all
perfect.
Perfect. They're all best friends too, which is amazing. I love that. So they all get along. They're sisters and best friends. Where a lot of times you don't hear that. So it's great. You have sisters?
Yes, I have a sister and a brother.
And you're best friends now, right?
I love my family, and they're amazing.
See that? Yeah, I'm glad that sometimes it takes a little while longer to appreciate family. When they're growing up, they don't get it, and then they get it, and it's great to see that, family comes first, and so I love that.
Did you ever get your boy? You never got the boy.
I've got my son-in-law, Nick. Nick, yeah, so he's Nick, farmer, and he's Italian. So the other 3 have 0 chance of catching Nick. Sorry, out of the 3 if you're listening, but Nick's my guy.
I love that. That's great. That's so great that she got the one that
And we got a little granddaughter, Reese Lucia. She's 2, so I got a girl again. But yeah, Reese Lucia. It's great. So yeah, we're a happy family. But I'm doing my Pag-meter thing. I love it.
And then you travel a little bit with your job.
I travel all over the place, and I like travel. I like getting out. I can put the mic in, like you're doing. Get the mic in front of their face, and even though it's radio, I like getting out there. And I go to functions. I go to ag productions. I MC a lot. I'm out and about. That's what I do. And I still love sports, and I'm a high school guy around here, and I love that. That's what I do.
So you make it to every Fresno State game.
I do most of the Fresno State. I'm at a high school game. I do as many as I can. Any way I can get out of the house, and I love sporting events.
That gets exhausting over time, though, especially depending on the season.
Yeah,
for you.
my wife's like, "Go, get out!" She loves. Just kidding her, but not. So, are you a sports girl?
To a degree. I actually managed to go to a lot of pro football games this past year, probably more than I've ever gone.
So you'd rather go than watch on TV?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a totally different experience. That's what actually makes me enjoy it, is going in person.
Yeah. Now, my oldest daughter, Gianna, we went to 2 Super Bowls. We had so much fun.
How fun.
Bucket list. You got to get to a Super Bowl. It's nothing like it. We went and the Cowboys, in Texas, when Green Bay played Pittsburgh, and again, I should know this, 2011 or 2012. Then we watched when Russell Wilson threw that big interception against the Patriots. We all remember the famous interception in Arizona. We were right there. So 2 of them. There's nothing like a Super Bowl. You got to go.
That's a bucket list thing.
I can see you at a Super Bowl, because there's parties starting the 2 nights before. It just goes all the way up to the kickoff. There's nothing like it.
I actually get up quite a bit of friends that went to the Super Bowl this year. So maybe one day that'll be the thing that I go to.
If it gets to L.A. again, you got to go. How's that?
For sure.
Yeah, how's that?
So where have you been traveling to lately?
I go all over California lately. I'm everywhere. I like the Central Coast. When it's hot here, I'm at the Central Coast. I like to go down south. I go up north. I'm everywhere. I like to move.
Well, you recently just interviewed your daughter, which that was a great interview.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring up, you can go to agnetwest.com. Lex Nicoletta, we talk with her, but I want to know why the wine industry is hurting right now. So I want to know why young people aren't drinking wine, and so I went to her. She's the source, and she thinks in the future you're going to see more canned wines. People are on the go. The older demo, you already know, right, Sparkle? You already know what kind of wine. You go to the store, you buy your bottle of wine, you're out. The younger demo, 21 to 26 or 7, they don't know. It's intimidating. You go to the store, there's 87 bottles of wine. They don't know. So
then you're stuck with a bottle you don't like if you don't like it. So I understand the dilemma.
Yeah, so, and plus, the way it is anymore, younger people, their rent's expensive, everything's expensive. So if you're going to get them in the wine, Lexa thinks maybe canned wines will be the future. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it's going to be marketing. I think the wine industry has to do a better job marketing. We'll see. But it's not good right now in the wine industry. The people that grow wine grapes are hurting right now.
Which is interesting, because COVID actually was up when COVID hit everybody. Though that's when wine really, and now it's going down again.
It's going down again. I just had Marlena on at Crybaby Wine, and we talked to her as well. Yeah, shout out little Marlena. Love her. We did a commercial way back in the day for the Chicos, so I've known that they're like my second family. So we had a lot of fun. She's brought up another point, that she thinks the younger people, back in the day, they would go out to a bar or something to try to meet someone, have a glass of wine, mingle. Now you're online. You don't meet anybody. You're online talking. You don't have to have a glass of wine. So there's so many factors in the wine industry that I just think they need better marketing.
And so who are some other notable people that you've interviewed lately as you've been traveling and going around?
Well, I had a guy named Leo Zaki. I had him on. I had Steve Hilton, Brad Bianco, who's running for governor. I've had a lot of people, like Stuart Wolf is one of my favorite interviews. Here's a guy who owns a lot of land on the west side of Fresno, and right now there's no water on the west side, but a lot of people aren't getting maybe 50% allocations. He's coming up with an agave. It's kind of a cactus that doesn't need any water. He wants to be the tequila king out there. So he's such an innovator. He does tomatoes and all that, but what a great idea, huh? If you don't have any water, let's create a way to grow things without water, and agave could be the future. Who knows? So little things like that. You can go to, like I said, agnetwest.com, and all my interviews are on there. I've had some great ones. So, what's
one of the most notable interviews you've ever had?
Ooh. Well, I've watched, Aaron Judge growing up, Bryson DeChambeau in the sports world, Derek Carr. So I've had a lot of the guys when they're growing up, before they became stars. Josh Allen, people like that. So I've been very fortunate of just living in the valley and knowing a lot of these kids since they were even before in high school. So I see them grow, and it's pretty fun.
And you knew pretty much all of them before they
All
became.
of them before they became the little tater tots and they grew up.
Is that you could spot that when they were young that they were going to be something? You kind of spot that, huh?
Well, yeah, I think you could see with Aaron Judge, he's just a 6'8" man. I mean, Josh Allen was another one. I thought he was a guy I would say a late bloomer because he was tall but skinny, but by the time he left Reedley Junior College, he became a star. And then he really wanted to be a Fresno State Bulldog, and Fresno State didn't pull the trigger, and it's a little disappointing. And who knows if DeRuyter, the head coach back then, would have maybe got Josh Allen, maybe he's still coaching here. You don't know. Little things like that, but Wyoming stepped up, and the rest is history. Now he's the top run quarterback in the NFL. So pretty amazing little kid in Fireball with one street stop sign in the whole town.
So did you get tickets to a lot of pro games then since you've interviewed these people?
I've done well. Yeah.
They do remember you. They recognize you like, hey, come on out now.
You know, no one knows my name is Nick Papagni, but they know Pagmeter. And they know Agmeter, which I love that way. So this way, if I say something silly, they can't burn my house down. So I love that. So,
was there anybody you ever interviewed that you were surprised by, that you maybe thought something, and then when you interviewed them, you're like, wow, I didn't expect this?
Not really. I think when you do sports, so far in the ag world, it's been great. Sport-wise, you might get some quiet kids, and then it's the worst. I mean, if you and I are interviewing right now, and all I said was yes, no, that's the worst, right? You know how it is. And sometimes in the sports world where you have a 10-minute deal and you gotta milk it along, it's not easy. But overall, no, I've never really. I try to make it exciting. I try to get the life out of them. I really like enjoying the FFA kids now in the farming. Those are the greatest kids in the whole wide world. And I'll tell you now, if you need to hire someone in the future out there in TV land, if they have FFA on their resume, Future Farmers of America, hire them now. They're the best. They know how, great people skills, because we're losing that.
That's a very good point. Like everybody that I've known that's been are great, like employers.
Well, in the world we live in, we're losing people skills. Kids are on the video games. They text everybody. Parents can't get them out of their bedroom. These kids are the next future stars of our industry, and when it comes to politics, farming, whatever. But everyone I've interviewed, the best. So I would just say, resume, FFA, where do you start? Let's go. Get you in here. That's how good they are.
I agree. I must say, I agree with you. Okay, so where are we following you on? What are the socials that we have to follow you on?
Let's see. It's just Pagmeter, really. I haven't really put Agmeter yet, but it's Pagmeter on everything. Twitter, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm not really big with TikTok. I don't have the look yet, but I'm getting there. My family.
Your daughter's going to help you with that one.
Lex is going to she's going to be the next global star. Lex, she with TikTok alone.
That's not the one in LA?
That's the one lives in the local.
Oh, that's one.
She's the one who just had a baby, Reese Lucia. Now Tessa lives in Hollywood, so she's already there. But I'm going to get there. I told him I'm going to catch him. I've got like 26 followers on Instagram. I mean, I'm good on everything else, just not on TikTok. I don't know how to use it yet. It's tough. Are you on TikTok?
No, I should be.
See?
Well, I think I am. I don't know. I have to look.
You're all over the place.
I'm not sure.
Well, you're doing such a great job, everyone. Keep up the great work. You're going to be global before too long. Keep doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
That's how I get recognized.
Well, we need this in our community. We need this. We don't have a newspaper anymore we can go to. We need shows like this.
Well, I have the legends of follow you and Ray Appleton. So you guys are paving the way.
Ray's the guy, and I'm hoping he's feeling okay. He's been doing it for a million years. I've been doing it 25 years, so I'm a rookie still. See, give me another 25 years and we'll talk. How's that?
Thank you so much for coming on my show today.
I had so much fun today.
And tell your daughter happy birthday.
I will, and I'll get them both on someday. When Gianna comes here too,
before they
I'll
get too big, oh my gosh, yes, please.
I'll get Gianna, and we'll get Tessa, and we'll get them all on here.
Sounds great.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hey, let's go. We on the Sparkle Show. We going live, y'all. My name is Brashawn. above the average. How about the team with me? And this song right here is called I'ma Make It. Let's go.
Either way, I'm gonna make it.
I'ma make it.
Every day I'm celebrating.
I'm celebrating.
So let me tell you what we gon'
Hey, what we gon' do?
Top down, feeling famous.
Yeah,
Either way, I'm gonna make it.
let's go.
Every day I'm celebrating.
Let's go.
So let me tell you what we gon' do.
Hey.
Top down, feeling famous.
Look, from the bottom to the top, I had to elevate. I done struggled in the darkness, now let's celebrate. I'm woven tighter than some spotted silk. Car passing, break, change of ilk. My syllables dance like cosmic ballots when galaxies collide. Bar sway, I'm coming like Nebula, birth of the stars. Weaving through struggles is really nothing but pain and some scars. I didn't really think I found something painting my art. Look, kaleidoscope prisms, bars like stained glass illuminating the wisdom. And from the block to the Milky Way, I had to rewrite some stories and turn the night into day. So understand what I say. Listen, my flow's like rivers, carving canyons deep. My words is bouncing off the mountain peaks. But if I got to bring it back to the city streets, then I'ma make sure all my family eat. Let's go, ayy.
Either way, I'm gonna make it.
I'ma make it.
Every day I'm celebrating.
I'm celebrating.
So let me tell you what we gon'
Hey, what we gon' do?
Top down, feeling famous.
I'm feeling famous.
Either way, I'm gonna make it.
I'ma make it.
Every day I'm celebrating.
I'm celebrating.
So let me tell you what we gon'
Let's go.
do. Top down, feeling famous.
Look, it's like a raindrop, nourishing the roots from the underground tunnel to the sky in pursuit. I'm something like a compass, I'm guiding the lost souls through the maze of life, making sure that they reach their distant goals. I got my foot on the cliff, and lately I've been scouting, doubting dreams and checking all the myths. Grappling hooks in the storm, been pulling up the information, but it really ain't nothing from the norm. An architect of the game, metaphors like bridges, I'm spanning chasms wide, overcoming obstacles with unwavering pride. You can tell I'm serious, you see the look in my eye. So before you quick to judge me about my life, understand that half of the world is a lie. They go to jail, come out, then they find I lie. So why you quick to judge me about my life? Understand,
Either way, I'm gonna make it.
I'ma make it.
Every day I'm celebrating.
I'm celebrating.
So let me tell you what we gon'
Hey, what we gon' do?
Top down, feeling famous.
I'm feeling famous.
Either way, I'm gonna make it.
I'ma make it.
Every day I'm celebrating.
I'm celebrating.
So let me tell you what we gon'
Hey, what we gon' do?
Top down, feeling famous.
I'm feeling famous. Yeah,
Every day I'm celebrating.
I like that track right there. Like I said again, that's called Feeling Famous. I'ma make it. Again, my name is Brashawn. Y'all go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, BRASHAWN_ATA. Brashawn above the average. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
I love your music. Okay, so how long have you been doing this?
Probably about a good 15 years now.
Oh my gosh, you look so young. Did you start when you were 5?
Nah, actually, I just turned 30.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I just turned 30. So I've been doing it since I was about 15, like I said. High school.
Did you perform around, where did you start performing? Because you're a great performer.
Thank you, appreciate it. It really came from, performing different cities, different states, when I was young. So it just kind of stuck with me, and yeah.
And then, are you from Fresno?
No, I'm from Visalia.
You're from Visalia, but you travel everywhere.
Yeah, I actually did a lot of shows in Fresno. I used to work with promoters out here, and then a lot of the Tioga shows at the Tioga bar and all that stuff.
Oh, right on.
So I did a couple of those out here a few times. Yeah.
Did you perform with anybody that we know, like Fashawn or any local?
That's my guy.
Oh, I love Fashawn.
Me and Fashawn actually got a song together.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I can have you guys perform here together. That would be amazing.
It would be amazing. I'm with that.
I performed for my birthday party, so maybe I'll be lucky enough to have you all in the studio together.
Yeah, no, I would enjoy that. That'd be nice. Something different.
And so when you were touring, who were you touring with?
Actually, I really haven't been on a tour yet. So it was really just booking individual shows.
Like here and there, it was we're gonna fly here and go that. Okay.
So Texas, Nevada, Arizona. So I haven't made it over to Florida over to the East Coast yet, but I want to start doing Florida, New York, those type of states too. So.
And do you have a booking agent?
No, we do everything ourselves. We have a team.
You do have a great team.
We have
by
a
the
team.
way.
Yeah, ATA above the average. That's our team. So yeah. Everybody's a little bit spread out. Everybody does a little bit of everything. So we work together to make it happen. So
tell us about some of these big performances that you've had. Did you open for anybody we'd know?
Are you familiar with a lot of Bay Area artists? You listen to Bay Area music or?
A little bit.
So I performed with a lot of people that used to be around, like Mac Dre. I don't know if you remember Mac Dre.
Okay, yeah.
So like I've been around like a lot of his artists.
That's cool, okay.
Yeah, I've opened up for Twista in Bakersfield. A lot of, honestly, I can't even remember some of the shows. Like some of the older 90s rappers like Mac 10.
Well, that's something I would know, so.
Yeah, like, well, those are the older 90s rappers. I grew up on that stuff, so, you know.
That's awesome.
It was major inspiration to me, so.
I used to get thrown because he looks so young, so I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just speaking my language and the stuff I like and the stuff I know.
Oh, yeah, no, it's dope.
So what's your studio? You have like that you do a lot of stuff out of?
Yeah, I got a recording studio actually in Visalia. So we do a lot of our own video work. My boy Money Shot Joe, we shoot all of our videos, edit our own videos. We're actually just talking the other day about shooting a short film. So, but yeah, we're on the road a lot. Videos, content, yeah, studio work. That's all what we do pretty much every day.
And then do you write a lot of your own stuff? How does that all work?
I write all of my music.
100%?
Yep, I write and produce all of my own music.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you once in a while you'll collab with like Brashawn or whatever, but for the most part it's all you.
Yeah, I do pretty much everything. So, I mean, so it's a long road, but you know what? It's like, it's a beautiful struggle. That's what I call it. Because it's like you learn a lot in the process.
I can only imagine, and it's just that your sound is so great. I was really pleased and like blown away by it. I think it's really good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So tell us about that song, about the one that you performed here.
So I'ma Make It really is just like, kind of thinking about, like I said, the struggle I was going through, you know, just everyone that kind of doubts you, you know, you're trying to make it.
Is that a big thing here? Do you think it's a Central Valley thing, or that we know? Why do you think people were doubting you?
I really, you know what, I don't like to speak negativity, but I feel like a lot of people bring negativity when they see someone doing something positive, and maybe they're doing something that they're not doing or not able to do. So it's just like, you know, people tend to bring negativity. So it's like, you know what, I'm not going to let that take me down. It's like, no matter what's going on, I'm going to make it. This is my struggle, but I'm still going to prosper either way, you know. So that's why I came out with that song, I'ma Make It. So that's what I just tell myself every day, like, hey, you know what, keep my faith in God. As long as he give me air to wake up every morning, I'm going to tell myself, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it. So.
No, that's really good, like, great advice. And I feel like that too. I feel like we probably had like similar ways of being, like growing up like in the Central Valley, because people are doing different things and they have a vision of that, and then you go other places because you travel, so you see how things are in other places. And I lived in LA for a long time, so it's like when people see one vision, they get a little bit of just a vision they see. It's not that they're being mean or negative, just that's all they know. And so when you have like this, they're like, wow, you know what, it's beyond their like what they can see.
I think traveling to other cities and states is definitely what a lot of artists need to do that are actually from the Central Valley. Right,
to see what's really out there.
It gives you a different outlook as far as like music and everything that's going on, because the industry is so much bigger than just what's here.
Right.
You know, so you'll get a different outlook on everything, and then just the whole perspective on music in general. Like, it's different.
Especially, you know? Like, you probably performed in so many different places that you were like, it all so different, like one stage to the next.
Yeah. And you know what's the craziest thing is, like, when you go to, say, a city or state where no one knows you, but the music is good. One thing people can't deny is good music. Whether they know you or not, either they're gonna like it or they don't. So it's like I tend to get more support out in another city because no one knows you, but the music is good. So a lot of my following came from other cities because it was like, hey, like, I like your music. Versus people that know you from your area, they're like, oh yeah, we know him. But it's like, you always get more support from a stranger versus someone who knows you, you know?
I agree with that, and I think it's exciting too. I think when people have no expectations, they're like, okay, what is this, or whatever, and then they hear and they're like, wow, this is really cool. That's a way better experience than when you're expecting something and you don't get what you want. It's like, everyone wants to be pleasantly surprised, right?
Different, different. That's why our brand's above the average. We always say, you know what, this is where we're gonna start, but we're gonna take it here. So.
I love that. That's really cool. So what are some plans in the future that we got going on?
So really right now, we're actually trying to plan on, like I said, trying to do our own film. We're going to be rebuilding our studio, planning more shows, you know, so that's really one thing we're going to focus on for just the rest of this year. The next year, we want to try to tour. So we're focusing right now on just getting the following up. So more shows, more features with other artists.
Are you going to tour with Brashawn?
I'm not really too sure yet. I haven't talked to Fashawn in a bit. So.
That would be super awesome if you had like a few. I love it. I'm all about it.
The last time I talked to him, he was actually going on a tour. I think he was going on a tour overseas, matter of fact. So yeah, but every time we see each other, we connect, we talk. So it's like, yeah, I got a lot of love and respect for Fashawn because it was like I actually met him at a show. So it was like we started talking, and then I actually started rapping one of his verses. And he was like, "Yo, you know that song?" I was like, "Yeah." So we just started talking from there. He's like, "Yo, give my number, man. I like this style."
I love how down to earth he is. Yeah, I felt bad the first time he came. I did not have a studio like this way back in the day when I first met him.
Right.
He was super nice about it, and then yeah.
Yeah, no, he's really down to earth. Really, man. Like I said, I got a lot of love and respect for him. So he's been all around the world. It's not really too many people from this area alone that's traveled and toured around the world. So, you know, when we talk, sometimes we talk just life or just music. But yeah, he's definitely inspiration, you know.
I love that. I think that's so great. Is there anywhere locally that we could see you in the next couple of months? What do you have going on?
Actually, right now, well, video-wise, we've been shooting a lot of content, like I said. So the videos is going to be probably like every week, every 2 weeks, putting out video content.
Can't see a show? Oh, no.
So, honestly, I haven't really been doing a lot of local shows.
That's right, because you haven't tried. I understand.
I've been doing a lot of shows in the Bay Area.
When you do shows locally, is there a place that you were doing Tioga for a minute?
I did the Tioga a few times. We were actually just talking to, is it Nate? I want to say his name is. They run the Grizzly Stadium.
Oh, cool.
So I went and met up with them last week because they got the Days show coming up. So we were actually talking to them about some shows and concerts that they had going on. So I'm probably going to be interlinking with them to try to get on more of a bigger show like that, and then like progressing, going to other cities. But I think that's as far as like shows, something I want to do, because it's like if you're going to get on the stage, you want to get on a stage where you got a nice crowd and you can get a reaction. You know, and you really see how people like the music.
I know we've lost some of those local venues you're probably used to playing to, like at a Full Circle or something like that. I mean, imagine you were probably like, if you were at Tioga, you're probably in that area.
Yeah, it's been a while since I actually even did a show out here. I want to say it's probably
because a lot of them are no longer that you were probably used to. So yeah,
it's like maybe.
See, that's what you gotta do after you get all this touring and all this being famous out of your system. You gotta come back and make a nice stadium, a nice place to do a nice little concert venue. Can you do that?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Just add that to the list of all the things you're doing.
Most definitely. Yeah, you can never forget where you come from. You know what I mean? The support comes from your city as well. So I mean, gotta come back, get back to the city. So yeah, all the time.
So I love that you're so good about the content. Where are all the places I need to be following you?
So I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
And it's all under
Brashawn ATA. It's BRASHAWN_ATA.
That's actually easy. I'm so glad it's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody follow you. And then how often do you drop, when we listen to your music, where are we supposed to go for that? Spotify, Apple?
I'm on all
platforms.
All platforms.
And you let us know, because you're so great on content, about when it's going to drop.
We're dropping, right now we're doing it like every Wednesday, Thursday. And if we don't hit every Wednesday or Thursday, it's going to be every other Wednesday or Thursday.
Right on.
So my manager was on my head for that. So
well, and then keep us posted when you do next something in the Central Valley, because I know we're running a lot of options here, but you know, if it's going to be a Grizzly game, that's awesome. We'll come out and support.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, most definitely.
Thank you so much for coming on my show, and I want to have you on like every 6 months. You're always doing something cool. So
no, man, I appreciate that.
So if you're around, call me and we'll make it happen.
Okay, that sounds like a plan to me.
Everybody follow this man.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Felt right in the morning, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't want to be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend.
It's a mystery.